Lardo. But again, they can prove me wrong and just show that, you can just absolutely destroy Wolf any given time. Wolf is not just a character that you should be taking, too seriously with the way that Delta looks.
This is about to be Battle of the Nairs. These characters both have really good Nairs. They do a lot off of it. From controlling space to starting combos to just finding straight hits. The trials are already showing that off. There's a whole lot of Nair. It's one of the better close-in buttons that you could put out against Wolf. Especially when you consider how Wolf can peel out of situations fairly easily.
And I'm pretty sure... Wait. Whoa. That was a no impact landing up B, if I remember. But yeah, just being one of the best Nairs, I think Link is -3, if I remember correctly, on Shield. And, opposed to Wolf, just a lot better actually, but, for sure. Already seeing a little bit of, even game here. But I definitely really love the way that, that we've been seeing, Delta to just absolutely not really care about a lot of situations and just killing LemonTea off of that, edge guard right there with bomb only.
Bomb gets it done. I mean, you consider the different angles that Bomb can be sent out with, both from being thrown and being hit by stuff. Like, it serves as a really good tool for edge guarding any of the spaces, but especially Wolf. And that was really risky from LemonTea. He didn't have to do all that.
That's definitely something that, LemonTea goes a lot for. Just a lot of, just... I guess not really timed, but they definitely do go for a lot of Wolf flashes, especially in neutral, just to kind of, take a stock. But what do you need Wolf Flash if you have back?
It's good. Good interaction. I'm curious to see how LemonTea can keep the damage in his favor, because he's finding these opportunities to get onto Delta, and he gets the little Wolf strings, but it still only keeps things somewhat even. I feel like the presence of Blink's Nair is keeping LemonTea from going off too hard.
Yeah, we don't really see too many Wolf's edge guard, if I'm gonna be completely honest. But for sure, we have to see, LemonTea kind of just be extremely careful, especially when they're at ledge, because that's probably one of the second time where, they just got absolutely, destroyed, especially from a ledge trap situation.
In general, it looks like LemonTea is sort of at a loss of where to put himself, because he's mispositioning for where to reflect things back to Delta. He's not really able to move around on the base plat. Delta's done a fantastic job of just denying all of that stage space. All of center stage is just not safe for Wolf to navigate, and that's something that not a lot of characters can really do that effectively on Pokemon Stadium.
And I also feel like, LemonTea is just a little bit trying to kind of force his way in too much as well. Just with, the amount of damage and just pressure that, Delta's been putting on, it just makes it a lot harder for LemonTea to actually find some way.
Forward tilt extending off the bomb? Alright, I love that. That was a really good one for Delta.
That was absolutely amazing. You just had to cut me off there because, look at how amazing that was. Hello.
LemonTea kept on floundering by the ledge, and 3 for 3 times we saw Bomb come into play in some way, shape, or form. Alright. LemonTea got to shape it up if he wants to try to put something on the board here. Otherwise, Delta running away with a very good-looking set so far. And we're bringing us back to Stadium, which I think is a good call from LemonTea. He just has to figure out a new way to navigate it, because going through the projectiles is clearly not working.
They could just definitely slow it down, because I feel like definitely something that, kind of Link players aren't always ready for is for people to just really, play the game that they want to play. When somebody is just not always, trying to interact and just trying to use a lot of your tools against you, is just something that they kind of, fall off a little bit. Just making sure that Bomb isn't always a threat and just very narrowly avoiding a lot of situations that you have to deal with Boomerang and whatnot. But for sure, as
the percentages climb once again, Delta just sort of hanging around by the ledge. it forces LemonTea to approach him because it's not too sufficient of a lead where you can rely on Blaster to force an approach. But every time these battles come towards the ledge, Delta turns the reversal to his favor. LemonTea starting to find the answers as Wolf Flash breaks on through and gets him first stop.
I really like, you know, a lot better. Like, that was one of those situations where, you know, LemonTea uses Wolf Flash and hits. But they've definitely been cleaning it up a little bit, you know, definitely understanding a lot of the timing that comes with Delta and just kind of staying more consistent with the way that, you know, they just throw boomerang, bomb, repeat. But just making sure that, you know, Delta...
Oh no! Oh, that wasn't a combo, that was a call out. That back air didn't go into nothing. There was no reason for LemonTea to be there. Oh no. Oh no. At least LemonTea's got the lead, and Delta not looking too healthy on this second stock. So it's a good enough position to be in, but this is where the passive play from Wolf really does come in handy.
But, I mean, how long can they do that for, you know, already?
Oh! Yeah, no, he can keep it up just fine. It built up a bit more percentage than probably what he would have liked in that situation, but still, it's a lead.
That was definitely a really nice call with the back air. Taking that second stock, and it's just looking like this is all, you know, LemonTea really needs to do. They need to make sure that they're not pushing too much of their advantage and kind of just making sure that they can stay, you know, in a comfortable position, because a lot of what we saw in that first game was LemonTea not really being in a comfortable position and just allowing, you know, Delta to do all the work for him.
And now as we see Delta try to reverse the situation, it's looking a bit grim in this game too. One thing that I've realized that's been helping LemonTea a tremendous amount is the presence of Reflector on Bomb specifically. Like, he started scouting out uses for it against Boomerang, and every so often it's working in his favor. Other times, Delta figures out a way around it. But here, like, Bomb does not really have as much presence compared to Game 1, and because of that, it's pretty clear to see LemonTea looking more comfortable.
And I definitely love that, you know, nice recovery that LemonTea had right there. But they're definitely back at the corner and just going to use Wolf Flash to actually get out of that situation.
Yeah, you weren't kidding. He really does just be mashing that.
Yeah.
Alright, hey, listen, if it works, it works.
It do be working sometimes. People just really get caught off by it. But it doesn't look like, you know, Delta is trying to get caught off of guard because they do not want to lose this stock just yet. With what we saw with that game with Lardo, we could definitely see, you know, Delta actually just make this back less than, like, you know, 5 seconds, which is really scary.
There's definitely the chance for it, especially with Link being on the heavier end, where, like, if we don't see a strong hit coming out, like, Link could be chilling for a bit.
So they're just gonna, you know, put Delta back off stage, just trying to...
Ooh, not with that DI. What the hell? You are so gone. Alright, well, LemonTea going to be taking that one. Really solid adaptations from Game 1 to 2. Alright, we got our first Game 3 of the night.
Woo! They looked a lot more comfortable than, you know, what we saw in that first game. Still, it's definitely been, you know, just making sure that they can find some way to actually, you know, force, you know, a lot of situations. But, what stage are we going to now?
Oh, it's going to be FD, and they ain't even giving us the Persona music. Love this track.
You don't love... Hello? Who doesn't love Persona music?
Well, Aria of the Soul is one of my favorite pieces of music from a video game. The Smash Mix is pretty good, so it gets a big gold star from me. But as far as stages go, this was a pretty interesting one for LemonTea to leave on the table, and this is going to really force him to leverage Blaster and Nair heavily, because this is a lot of space that Link can contest with his projectiles without committing super hard.
But it's looking like they definitely want to be a little bit... You know, they want to be a little bit more loose. They definitely don't mind not really having too many platforms, especially for Delta to run away to, and just to mix up with a lot of their timings, because as we're kind of seeing right now, it looks like they've kind of understood the timing of, you know, when Delta normally wants to throw out Boomerang and just kind of using it to their advantage. They can... Maybe not.
Who needs projectiles when you got one good boot? That Nair is so good.
I think it just, like, it really just stopped LemonTea from doing anything, and...
It's like if you were to ask someone who didn't know like the value of Link Nair, like which of these two characters on screen had the better Nair, you'd think the obvious answer is Wolf, right?
I mean,
and you'd be mistaken. Like, Link Nair really is one of the best aerial buttons in the game, and is in contention for one of the best snares. Mind you, it is alongside the likes of Wolf Nair, but we will really just be doing everything for Link. And Delta's doing a great job of showcasing that. Oh, but talking about Nairs, the lightest touch of that one. Going to be securing the first stock for LemonTea.
oh wow, that was really nice. Already just taking that first stock, and they definitely, you know, lived a lot of situations. They lived a fair, and I think a F count, I remember. But they've lived a lot of times, just staying at 140%. They've definitely been making sure that they avoid everything, and I really love that coming in from Delta T. But the up tilt is gonna take it. Does not want anything to do with this Wolf just using, you know, Wolf Flash at ledge. Delta wants to make sure that he stays at ledge. Doggy sit.
Like, it's a lot of navigating the space with Nair. We're seeing also a lot of up air as well to try and deny aerial space. But straight up anti-airing with up tilt there, I think, was clever because we haven't seen Delta do it at all yet. And I think it is something to keep in mind because if LemonTea is going to be spending so much time in the air against Delta, you may as well swing against him while staying on the ground. And you gotta watch those landings too, landing right on top of a forward smash. We're gonna see LemonTea extend this lead ever further.
Absolutely, that was a very nice call on that landing right there. And we're just trying to see, you know, LemonTea just wants to end this right now, honestly. Like, they've had enough of, you know, Delta with their shenanigans and whatnot.
Like, LemonTea wants out of this mess. He's doing his best to blaster and back air his way through. Up smash manages to clear in some decent damage.
And I definitely love that, you know, weight or that hold that they had on there because, you know, once Link actually uses up B, doesn't have the rest of the hitboxes on the rest of the up B for, you know, that much time. But that F tilt.
Yep. Just barely gets it done, but it does get it done. All right, LemonTea adapted really nicely, and that gives him the 2-1 victory. So he's sitting in winners finals.
That was really, really nice adaptations coming in from LemonTea. But for sure.
Next up's going to be giving us a bit more of an interesting matchup with Unknown versus Abyssin. So, Sheeta Pikachu. This is a matchup I can't say I've seen a lot of, but there's a lot of interesting ways this one can go, based off of how strong Thunder Jolt is compared to how Needles are,